interesting situation. I assume that everyone has noticed that there is technically no Mega Man on screen. Apparently, once again, we got a situation where they kind of changed each other's sprites around. So right now, Charlieboy is pretty much doing a sprite of his own image, while Tom is doing a sprite of his image. It's literally Charlieboy versus Casual Tom going face to face with each other in this particular race.
Wait. These are the actual racers racing with themselves?
Pretty much.
Where do I sign up? I want to have my sprite.
Oh man, I don't think you could make a sprite fat enough to be my sprite for this game. Ay.
Oh,
I'd be looking more like Woodman than Mega Man.
I don't mind. I don't mind that.
Yeah, sprite creation is technically a newish thing that we kind of been working on recently. I mean, we already have Mega Man Roll based in Proto, but we always kind of had this little issue with trying to expand those sprite sets. We're starting to open the floodgates. Meanwhile, we got a Bubble Man in Flash and a Bubble Man that's gonna be done in short order because, because of the situation where Bubble Man, doesn't attack unless Mega Man is horizontally positioned in his face. You can just snap at his toes and he's gone in an instant.
True.
Wow,
okay.
So both runners, Casual Tom actually taking a reset early on, Charlieboy on Flashman, and then Casual Tom finding Flashman soon thereafter, but both runners pretty much synced up right now. Casual Tom does know where one of the whammies are. That's about the only separation that we have between our runners so far in Game 3.
Wow, this is getting meta. Casual Tom going for the safety E-tank, while Charlieboy, he's trying to win this. He's going for the throat. And Duckfist, we need a word. This is too vanilla.
Ay. Is this even randomized? Creed, help us out here. You did randomize this, right?
Well, I can only give him a C. It's up to the C if they want to randomize things or not. But anyway, Casual Tom beating Middleman a little faster than Charlieboy, even though Charlieboy did make it to Metal first. So a little bit of an interesting situation here as Casual Tom hitting stage names, finding Heatman early. So we got an interesting situation where Charlieboy they also, oh boy, we got some hot air.
And not only hot air. This is the finest. This is the finest in heating apparatuses. Because guess what? They are not weak to the Buster. They are Buster immune and Bubble immune.
Yeah, this is yikes.
High quality heating apparatuses today.
Oh yeah, since this comes to this point, they don't have item 2. Now, actually knowing how to use Yokus in this burst chaser setting is now going to be very important, especially towards the end, because basically the timing of the Yokus is going to be kind of matched with Mega Man's own speed, or in this case, our runner speeds. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to actually land on these Yokus that are coming up in a few seconds.
Yeah, this is gonna be, well, Charlieboy had it down the first time when he was practicing this in Game 1, but it looked like he messed it up, and Casual Tom...
And he's still ahead of Casual Tom. Take that back.
Yeah, I was about to say, Casual Tom pretty close to catching up. They both make the leap of faith. And Casual Tom stealing the lead back as we're going to see the lead change hands, I think, multiple times as this seed develops.
Vanilla.
I said I hold no responsibility for what the seed dishes out. But yeah, we do have a vanilla heat sighting in his own room, and he is not Buster Soft weak, and looks like none of the weapons are doing any damage either. This is gonna looks like it's gonna be heat on heat. Some heat crimes here.
Yeah, but barely.
Well, Casual Tom doesn't seem too interested in it. Charlieboy, on the other hand, taking down Heatman, where Casual Tom's only halfway through that life bar, bustering him down.
There's the item too. So that Yoku was required. And Charlieboy's going, Charlie's gonna take the crash.
Well, he does have item 2 to make this workable. Once again, item 2 probably being one of the most important, if not the most important item in the zipless category. So he's still gonna have a means to get by these moving platform sections a little quicker than normal compared to, having nothing at all.
But he's gotta deal with bunnies.
And luckily, thanks to the burst chaser setting and the ability to climb ladders really, really fast, the bunnies are actually less of an issue as they would be if they were in normal speeds. Because if this was on normal speed, those bunnies would be a big block.
Well, Casual Tom's into Woodman because he had found Crashman earlier and reset off of it. So we'll see how much of a deficit the Heatman fight at the end of, what was that, Heatman stage, ends up causing for Casual Tom. With zips off the table, there's no good wood, so both of our runners are going to have to go through the Woodman stage.
Indeed. And we have chicken. Welcome to KFC, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, look like we got ourselves some good old-fashioned fried chicken dining on top of the treehouse. Casual Tom still making short work of it. Charlieboy about to go into the Crashman room, where, excuse me?
Alright,
Duck fist.
I think I'm gonna have to go to the randomizer board here. This is looking like insufficient randomization here. I'm gonna have to call throw a flag on the play here.
I would like to throw the red flag. I would like to throw the red flag for instant review because we do have a Flashman sighting in Woodman's room, so there is some kind of randomization in here. So I would like to challenge that play.
Play challenged. And we got a Quakeman. And for those who don't know much about the Burst Chaser life, I'll do a quick explanation about Burst Chaser. Though you are faster, speed has its own dangers. According to Frico, speed does kill. So,
very much so.
Being too fast can get you in trouble.
But right now, both our runners having little issues with this speed right now. Casual Tom pretty much going through the Quickman stage, as quickly as possible. Charlieboy getting on top of the treehouse where our KFC stand is, not giving him too much trouble. Deciding to use the metal blades to take our chickens out. But both our runners just a couple of screens away before they reach their respective boss rooms. Of course, Charlieboy is going to be fighting Flash in the Woodman room, but we don't know who Casual Tom's going to fight in the Quickman room, because Quickman's new territory for us in this seed.
Indeed, and hey, we have a small wing spot as well. Alrighty, here we go. In Quickman, we have Woodman. Do we have the return of Unga Bunga? No, Unga Bunga is laying dormant in his house today.
And not a bad fight. A soft week to the Buster. Once again, we're dealing with normal mode now, so we got decreased damage values for our weapons. So we're gonna have to make a little bit more extra effort to destroy our bosses. And enemies, since enemies has a randomized damage value, we could actually have up to 20 HP worth of damage But of course, sometimes it doesn't matter when you got some Buster Immune enemies, period.
Yeah, we have some clear water and jam into the Double Dragon theme as we go into grape soda. Let's go.
Yeah, shoutouts to our crew that worked behind adding the new music for this version 0.61, 6.1. A whole bunch of new music tracks have been added, as well as a little interesting feature that actually changes the RNG for a little bit. A little bit of a funny story, as Charlieboy is one of the worst combinations in Airman. Crabs in Air and Fan Fiends. One of the odd things that was fixed is that RNG based on enemies and the color of the stage were actually kind of interlinked. So colors kind of determined enemies in the randomizer previously.
Interesting. I never drew that correlation between the two.
It wasn't really much of a thing until our devs found that out. Meanwhile, we found out Vanilla Airman in Airman's room, and we got Quickman in Moleman's room. Both of them taken out in relatively short order by both our guys.
Oh, that's an item 3.
Well, yes, it was. But yeah, it's with Casual Tom's knowledge of where Crashman is, he can actually have a little bit of a faster time using item 3, but I don't think he's gonna rely on it that much, because since Burst Chaser does increase ladder speed as well.
That is true. But he's gonna have a much cleaner elevator because he has that item 1.
Well, you gotta consider that Charlieboy had item 2 for the moving platforms in Crash, which is just as good, and he did make good use of it there.
Oh, hey, Casual Time, remember, fan themes are immune to the... Oh, Charlieboy died! A rare occurrence, a rare execution error.
Casual Tom getting pounded here by the fan fiends. Surgeon Frico's warning, don't get bodied by fan fiends. It is definitely hazardous to your health.
As well as Joe's Crab Shack. And Charlieboy takes a game over! Oh no!
So Frico, remember your spill about speed potentially killing? That's pretty much the gist of what happened with Charlieboy.
Casual Tom just got bodied by Airman.
Do we have to bring back that meme? It's been dead for 5 years!
Well, I ain't gonna say it.
I was wanting you to have me revel in my own, prediction here.
Yeah, Charlieboy got to ease up on the recklessness down in the spiky pit of Bubble. This could be the point that it causes him pretty much a chance at easy streak, because he was pretty much dominant in this particular race, performing up to Casual Tom standards. This is the choice that Casual Tom picked. So right now, this is really bad for Charlieboy. He's gonna probably need Casual Tom to do an equal amount of screw-ups in order to probably bring himself back.
Yeah, he's gonna need that. Oh, that item 1 is looking pretty juicy. Good verticality. And
Charlieboy's on a hunt here for a weakness.
He gets
it, but like he found it in the crash bomb, but that consumption looked pretty gnarly.
Well, I'm gonna have to say that's definitely the primary weakness, aside from a potential finding of the great and ultimate weaknesses. But until then, that is definitely the primary weakness for Wig with that crash bomb. Casual Tom decided to get that extra health so he doesn't wind up getting bodied as he gets closer and closer to the Crash Man room.
Indeed. And we are jamming to 0, Mega Man X3. And he's gonna go into safety life too.
Yeah, definitely. I don't disagrey with it in any way whatsoever. You want to avoid that game over.
Charlieboy taking a risk with that safety health. But once again, Bird Chaser making it a little bit easier to get there, even though we do have that shortened ammo and health regeneration thanks to, once again, our resourceful devs just making things easier.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time again. Here's Wily. You know the routine. We have a dragon to kill. So, go for it.
I gotta go first this time. Oh, no. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna... I'm going Purple Dragon, give me my Bubble Lead, and let's move on to Game 4. Get me out of here.
So we pretty much jamming to the tunes of Mega Man X6 Sigma 2. For my pick, I'm gonna pick my ever-loving Gray Dragon. Any kind of shades of grays, silvers, blacks, and whites. And we're gonna have ourselves just have a leaf shield weakness.
I want my Crash Bomb, and we're going to go pink. Yes, I said it.
Alright, since I have a little bit of time, for those of you that are just joining us, you are watching Game 3 of a Best of 5 series, so we have at least one more game coming up after this one. But more importantly to the here and now, Casual Tom will be confronted by a dragon in just a few moments, and those of us in the chat are trying to guess the color and the weakness of the dragon. So if you pick a green dragon, you would have got it right. So now we get to... No Buster.
Yes!
There's the Crash Bomb.
Yes! But it's out! He's out of Crash! No!
Yeah,
oh,
that was...
no. So we're
that
going to have to find that second weakness. Casual Tom's going to have to show both. Oh,
yeah,
it's
that
not
was
the bubble
a
lead.
little bit of an overly spammy Crash Bomb, so he overshot it, but we find Air Shooter as the other weakness. And Charlieboy doing the exact same thing, so he's going to have to find those... Well, he missed it.
Oh, Casual Tom
boy.
took a dump. He got dumpstered by the dragon. Oh, that's going to cost him a good 45 seconds, even though it is Burst Chaser. He'll get up there faster. But, oh, man, is that an awful place to die.
That's an awful weakness.
Well,
Yeah.
that very much so. Charlieboy using an E-Tank, so trying to save himself in this fight. He's found the air shooter, and oh, this is so rough.
Yeah, Air Shooter at some times can be one of the best weaknesses for the dragon. In this case, thanks to his verticality, it's easily one of the worst.
Wow. Oh, this is so rough. Charlieboy does make it through, but now Casual Tom, oh, he's got his back against the wall in more ways than one here, because he's got a... Ooh, that was close to kissing the dragon.
He nearly locked lips with that one. Uh-oh. Don't run out. Don't you run out.
He's got him. He's got him.
What
no
a terrible
need to hit
dragon.
the giant panic button yet, but I'm definitely sweating it if I'm Casual Tom here. That death, definitely the deciding factor here in Game 3 so far. Ooh.
That is ugly.
Yeah, at this point, this is a match that Casual Tom cannot afford to lose, because in Game 4, the ball's going to be back in Charlieboy's pocket for our next race settings, and you know he's probably going to wind up using zips and use that to his full advantage. So once Casual Tom is going to need a Charlieboy mistake in order to possibly able to get back in this.
Okay, and this might be his counterattack, trying to find that wall weakness early. Hold on. Uh-oh. Is it a vanilla? It is a vanilla weakness.
Well, those are surprisingly fast crash bombs, but Charlieboy already in the Pico fight, and it looks like, oh, what is that? That's like a 6-hit bubble lead. Oh.
So yeah, this is one of the dangers of normal mode. Once again, damage is you're gonna have to take a little bit more extra effort in destroying these things with the increased health for each and every boss. So for the Wily stages, weapon consumption is going to be extremely important. So you saw how.
Well, that's another E-Tank from Charlieboy, and it looks like the bubble lead coming out to play yet again. As we see, that weapon energy is depleting faster than the Pico blocks. So Charlieboy is gonna use.
Oh, wait a minute!
Bubble lead.
Wait a minute! No! Charlieboy done goofed. Casual Tom found the Buster.
You don't go
to Charlieboy. Oh,
well,
that's so savage. Charlieboy
was still able to beat Pico faster than Casual Tom, but he's gonna be. Yeah, right now his resources are gonna be pretty thin for a bit.
Well, Charlieboy's also sitting on 4 extra lives, and now Charlieboy's hunting for that wall weakness. And he doesn't have crash bombs, so he ain't gonna be able to break that wall.
Oh, that's gonna hurt him greatly. He's gonna realize that
he's got no crash bombs, so he's got no way to break that wall. And Casual Tom zooming off into the lead as Charlieboy kind of having a mishap in the pits, so to say. For those of you that are Formula One racers, kind of pulling a Valtteri Bottas at the Monaco Grand Prix last weekend.
And while we're on the subject, Wily didn't clean his pipes. That's a lot of rust. Or lava.
Charlieboy making proper use of those pod buffers, realizing that Bird Chaser is really dangerous for this spike drop and the lack of lag underwater. He opted to decide to do the pod buffs to slow down his descent, but once again, Casual Tom gonna press his advantage. He did none of that. Those are the guys saying we find ourselves an air shooter usage here.
Very good. Casual Tom pushing the advantage a bit now. He has some way here.
Charlieboy found the air shooter straight away as well, so the advantage holding firm. So we're going to spawn in at 23:06 for Casual Tom. So let's see, we're looking at about a 10-second advantage right now for Charlieboy to make up on Casual Tom. And that's going to extend a little bit as Charlieboy picks up the weapon energy. So this game is easily, one mistake one way or the other, able to be decided. Oh, wow, this is on like a knife's edge, and the runners have no idea. But as a viewing perspective, this is a super close race.
Pretty much, once again, hiding the importance of this game 3. Charlieboy, he's gonna take the chance to get this E-Tank?
I think he needs it. He's only got, 1, now 2 E-Tanks.
But once again, that's definitely important safety to get, but that's also time wasted taking that detour. Casual Tom pretty much pressed the advantage, seeming like he got his weapon and energy. Yep, he has 4 in the can, and his situation is pretty good right now.
I wouldn't say
good
yet.
That's the place where you want to be. You want to have those E-Tanks and potentially not have to use them. But then again, Charlieboy has been using those E-Tanks throughout the run so far, and that's kind of bit him in the behind here, as we see, I believe, 2 E-Tanks for Charlieboy. So he didn't want to go into the rest of the Wily stages with only one E-Tank that he'd have to pick and choose where to use.
Well, we do need to find what's up with the walls. Uh-oh. Is it
Well, it's not bubble. It's not quick. It's not leaf.
Is it charge heat?
This could be really bad. That's 1, 2. Oh, it's a 4-hitter. It's a 4-hitter. One of the worst possible weaknesses for normal mode.
Wow. Oh, this is disgusting.
Oh no. That means Charlieboy is not going to gain much time on this. If anything,
No,
he might
not at
lose
all.
time. He might lose some time on this. Ugh, that is disgusting.
Well, it depends on how much charged heat he has left. It looks like he's looking for something.
No, he remember, he didn't have enough crash bombs, so he may not
Yeah,
be
I
able
know
to
he doesn't
throw
know what the wall weakness is. Well, he knows what it isn't if he was paying attention. And I think he's trying to find weapon energy drops, so this is going to cost Charlieboy a bunch more time, and he's going to fire off a heat shot, and it's not going to work, so that's a little bit of that weapon energy bar, and Charlieboy rightfully figuring out that it was the crash bomb, that was the culprit, so now it's going to be a matter of how long will it take for Charlieboy to find the weakness, and straight away, just going right down the list.
He found it, but right now, time to tick-tock, tick-tock.
Yeah, Casual Tom having a happy little time in the refights with our pretty festive and joyous music over here. But yeah, he's about halfway done with his refights, while Charlieboy is just dealing with the worst of the worst here.
Worse doesn't even begin to...
Well, the good thing for Casual Tom, when he just found out that it was charged heat, was that, you know, he could take solace in the fact that Charlieboy had to deal with that too. So there's no real gain or loss to be had with this charged heat. Well, there is a loss, and it's look at that dwindling energy bar that has about 6 ticks left. Oh, Casual Tom getting bodied by Heat Man.
And this is gonna be our deciding factor here. Heat Man has been anything involving fire, gatekeepers. Today, if you want to deal with fire, yeah, you're gonna have to pay for it.
Well, here we go. Charlieboy trying to, to steal a phrase from one of my favorite songs, don't call it a comeback, trying to regain the lead that he had earlier on.
Yeah, but he is yet to do Heat Man, so...
Yeah, that's going to be the true gatekeeper here, as Casual Tom has the air shooter up and just dumpstering that boss. I didn't even see which one it was.
That was quick, man.
Oh, then he was quickly disposed of by that air shooter.
Air shooter, yep.
Charlieboy's struggling a bit here with Metal Man, so we'll see if Charlieboy knows the air shooter or not. Oh,
hey,
going with the crash bomb. Metal Blade.
Nope.
Well, looks like he's searching and just saying, all right, I'll go with the Buster.
Yeah, he's trying. But right now, if Casual Tom gets... If we do get the Linux machine... Oh, this could be interesting.
Yeah, if we get the Linux machine, this could be very rough going into the Wily machine and then the alien, so we'll see what we got.
But he's gonna make a charge. Nope,
oh,
it is Windows.
Boo-hiss.
It is Windows. The dream is dead. So
this is a really fortunate thing for Casual Tom. In normal mode settings, this would probably be one of the worst spots to try to find the weakness for. Weakness digging for the machine in the normal mode setting is one of the worst because once again, ammo consumption winds up being a very important part in this fight. So, in normal, having this, even though it's the usual of the usual, is pretty much a huge blessing for Tom.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to live that dream of seeing a Buster immune normal mode machine, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen in our finals. I can't see Charlieboy picking normal mode for his potential Game 4 choice. Is Casual Tom dropping down to Victory Road? So Charlieboy, had it, lost it, and then it's a roller coaster of a Game 3 here.
Yeah, but one thing you have to realize is this: Charlieboy's doing a marathon too, so fatigue is okay. The alien is also running on Windows as well. Get your GGs in chat, ready in chat, because we have a very quick one.
Yeah, making the official time here. Casual Tom with a race time .gg time of 30 minutes and 51 seconds. So GG to Casual Tom. He is 2-1, but it's still not over yet. Once again, this is a best of 5 grand finals. So we got ourselves a Game 4, and Charlieboy is now going to be picking the settings once again. So we're going to see if Charlieboy is going to do the same exact rules that he did last time, which was probably easy mode, revealed, and with zips. So
which will be the same as the tiebreaker in Game 5. So he won what essentially was the tiebreaker format in his picks in Game 2. So at this point, I still want to say there might be an advantage for Charlieboy at this point since he won Game 2. Now it's going to be on him to win Game 4 and 5, but they're very likely to be favorable for him.
That's if he doesn't catch a lapse in judgment. Remember, he's going to pick for Game 4. As long as he goes back to basics, he should not lose. Should not lose being the key word.
Well, stuff happens, and that's why we play it out. That said, Casual Tom definitely looked a little cleaner in that Game 3 compared to Game 1 and Game 2 so far. So maybe Casual Tom can just close this out in 4 games.
Oh, we can see. There is hope. There is hope. But we're just talking as analysts right now.
Oh, so. Absolutely. I mean, you have to look at, not only, Casual Tom definitely has the track record. Game 2 of this series is the first game Casual Tom has dropped this entire tournament. So he's just murdered everybody 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. That's his path. I think it was Kamasenin in round 1, Charlieboy round 2, Squidman round 3, and that put him in the finals. Charlieboy had to claw his way through to make it back to this point, and he's taken Game 2, but now we're in a situation where we're looking at, all right, we're going into Game 4. It's not over yet, which is a good thing. I'm hoping for 5 games, right from the start. Although I did say in private when we were talking beforehand that I had my thoughts on how this would go, and I am pleasantly surprised, to say the least, that I was wrong.
Well, here's the funny thing. Charlieboy is actually taking a 5 to 10 minute break. This is gonna be very important because this means that Charlieboy is not in his right mind. He's trying to recollect himself, and if he's doing that, this could also be some good implications. Get the hot hands off of Casual Tom, take some of that momentum off him, and give him a chance to breathe a little bit, getting his situations down.
I would not look that far into things. it may just be, all right, I've been drinking water this whole time, so you know what? It's time to just, run off to the bathroom for a couple minutes. Do what you gotta do.
That could be a thing as well.
Yeah, that's probably mostly going to be it. It's just, we're potentially in a situation where we're doing 5 straight races with the grand final implications, where one of these two is going to be crowned our 2021 champion. Sometimes you're just gonna need to just take a load off just for a quick break, get yourself settled, come back, get yourself ready for match 4. But just to put a little bit of a side here, I'm gonna post a thing in chat here. So because once again, if you see in chat, I posted a couple of links here because we are doing a charity efforts for Save the Children. Right now we are at, well, our goal is $500. Right now we have raised $161 out of that $500 goal. Just a small little goal to help for some charity efforts. Feel free to always just donate for that. We also have a Matcherino posted where our runners can have a little bit of a little chunk of change for their efforts in the randomizer. In this randomizer tournament, first, second, and third of the main qualifier bracket is going to get their shares of the pot, and there's going to be a small little fraction of the pot because we also had a non-qualifier tournament. Our first place winner, who was our species, when he won the non-qualifier, he's also going to get a small fraction of the pot as well. So if you want to show a little bit of monetary support for our efforts in this tournament, just feel free to do so. Of course, we're not always requiring to do so, but if you feel in your heart, just feel free to just donate a little bit towards our ways for our runners and for some charity efforts.
Indeed.
All right, so with that all said, let's look at what we got here. We've got Casual Tom 2-1 up on Charlieboy. So Casual Tom does have the advantage of needing to win only one of the remaining 2 potential games left in this series. If he does so, we're done. Casual Tom is our 2021 Mega Man 2 Randomizer Tournament champion. On the other side of things, we've got Charlieboy with his back against the wall, needing to win Game 4 and Game 5.
Wow, people, we got some of our loyal fans saying, "Can we tip the casters?"
I would not be opposed to that, but as much as I want to say that, I am part of the production, the focus shouldn't be on me, Creed, or Sinister. We're here to make the runners look good.
Oh, that's all we do.
Or at least that's why I'm here.
Hey, I'm in it. I'm in it for the biscuit. I want to make sure that these runners get the best representation possible. And if my small voice can do it and give them the hype they need, so be it.
Speaking of which, why not tell them why we're actually here to make some of these players look good? So, for those that are just joining us, first off, welcome to SpeedGaming, but also, welcome to the grand finals of the Mega Man 2 Randomizer Tournament, where we have gone through qualifier matches and our bracket matches to get to this point where we got Casual Tom and Charlieboy going in a best of 5 to see who's going to be our newly crowned 2021 champion. Right now, Casual Tom has taken a 2-1 lead over Charlieboy, and for our current setup for the tournament, we actually have our runners use particular settings and flags and difficulties and categories for each and every race. Right now, it's Charlieboy's turn to make that decision. But for right now, as we said before, Charlie Boy is taking a little bit of a breather. So once we get back, we'll have that information squared away. But hopefully, we'll have y'all stick around because if Game 3 was any implication of what just happened, the remaining matches, the potential remaining matches, could be very, very interesting. So I will sit back and stay tuned as the chaos continues to ensue.
Indeed. And while we're waiting on our racers to get settled in for round 4 for the 4th race, little bit of a thing here. Casual Tom up to this point did not lose a single game. This is his first time that he's actually got a little bit of pressure coming in here going against Charlieboy. But here's a hypothesis. Charlieboy's execution was immaculate game 2. He did seem to stumble with Burst Chaser. If Charlieboy does go back to basics, as he should default to, I'm going to say this. Lady Luck must hate Charlieboy for Charlieboy to not take this to game 5. Lady Luck must be hating at the highest order for Charlieboy, and Charlieboy goes on tilt for Casual Tom to keep this from being a game 5 winner takes all situation.
Oh, one of the things that I'd want to use to look at is if Charlieboy has picked his parameters yet. He may have just decided, all right, I need to break, I need to step away, do what I gotta do, and then I'll pick my settings. I don't know if he's done that yet or not.
Nope, not yet.
Okay, so we have it confirmed. Charlieboy has not yet picked the parameters for Game 4. Casual Tom in Game 1 held serve. Charlieboy did make a mistake, but I think Casual Tom still would have finished first. But, you know, ifs, whats, candies, nuts, you know, it all doesn't matter. At the end, Casual Tom held serve in Game 1. Charlieboy in Game 2 kept it to his strengths and took the first game off of Casual Tom this entire tournament by winning Game 2. And that was Zips enabled, easy, and revealed stage names, if memory serves me correctly.
Easy revealed stage names. So easy at any percent easy stage names, Zips are always involved when the tiebreaker's involved. So yeah.
Yeah, so that was literally the same format as the tiebreaker format. So was that a prelude to a potential Game 5 victory for Charlieboy if he can hold here in Game 4?
Not necessarily. Once again, this is a situation where if you live by the zip, you can potentially die by the zip. There are many situations where you can zip and get yourself in a very tough situation, especially with soft blocks that are waiting in the wings for some zips. So there are situations where if Charlieboy continues his zipping frenzy, he can wind up biting himself and wind up having it go all kaput and backfire, giving Casual Tom the win and the title. So we gotta have to keep all this in mind as match 4 is slowly getting underway here.
Yep. Back to basics. We're going right back to basics. So our next 2 will be literally back to basics. So,
yeah, go for it.
So basically, but it is going to be a tiebreaker situation. So, like I said, Charlieboy's execution needs to just remain consistent. Casual Tom will have to step up to the plate because if he blows it here, it's going to be another round of this Game 5 because Charlieboy is using the tiebreaker as his gauge to keep Casual Tom in check.
Oh, it's sound logic so far. It was effective in Game 2. If it's effective again in Game 4, you know, now we're looking at one game for it all. But Charlieboy still has his back against the wall. So there might be something in that Charlieboy has to execute. It's on him to win his game in Game 4. He's got to win Game 4 before we can even think about a Game 5.
Yeah, and the one thing that Charlieboy has been notorious on doing is that good wood zip. If he does not have that quick boomerang, he has struggled. He has struggled on good wood in the past, and he's also gotten himself stuck on Wily 4. Charlieboy needs to either get good wood down safely or not do the Wily 4 zip. Because if he does the Wily 4 zip and he gets stuck, he goes back to Wily 1.
Yeah, that's a bit rough for trying that zip. I think Charlieboy may want to consider not using that zip in Wily 4 just because of